So we are starting a new project here, absolutely brand new project. All the way over here where I am is going to be the start of the headwaters of our stream system. We're getting a biofull 6000 in here. We'll then be rippling and cascading down through a nice little bit of headwaters, waterfalls. There'll be a bridge going between us here. Another little stream section before we go into our pond. We've got a 4x3 ecosystem pond. Really lovely beachy areas, some wood, some really nice stones, everything like that. Lilies and whatnot. On this edge here, we've got our little patio, bringing the seating area right next to the pond so the client can really enjoy the wildlife that then resides in this pond. We'll be then doing a negative edge system, so that's going to be our skimming system, so the water's then going to rip through here, over this waterfall, through this twinkly little stream section. There'll be another bridge linking to the garden again, a few more little bit of stream section, into a waterfall, into then our underground basin. This is where we're going to be storing all of our water. That's going to then recirculate up through our system. Really great area to have. Loads of water underground within our reservoir. So we're at a point now where we have the basin dug, ready to go. We've got some sand situated in our dumper up there, aqua block's ready to go. Vault's going to have a few extensions on, so we can now get a sand cast along the bottom, get some underlaying, get the liners in, get the blocks in, start rocking and rolling. Good morning, and it's a lovely day. We are here and the sun is out, so today is a great day. Basin's in, need a backfill and those sorts of things. This morning we're going to be working on excavating our pond, rising all the topsoils to distribute around the garden on burn behind me, digging out the lower area for our scalps and things for our patio, making some really fun turns and twists with this space. We have a little beach area to my left over there, and there'll be a bridge that goes where the machine is, so as you come around this way you'll really feel like you're being involved with the pond. And then we're talking about having a nice big peninsula stone here, really kicking it back round and in, making a nice little curve or S-curve to this patio where they're sitting and chilling. And our negative edge will go this way with another bridge over here, so this will twist and turn down into our negative edge basin there. So that being said, jump in the machine and start digging this one. It's all very, very exciting. We've selected our first boulder. The idea being is that it's going to come into where my hand is in here. We're going to be able to get a waterfall here and then one back into here, as if it's a piece of bedrock that the water's been forced around and eroded through. Up, up, good boy, yes, post, come on, good boy, come on in, let's measure the rock, up, good boy, good dog, well done. Good morning everybody, so we're working on the top area of the waterfalls. We're just about to send in one of these side rocks over here. So at the moment we're working with this rock here being a part spiller coming this way, coming down into this top pool. It's going to pinch and gnarl through here, come round the back of this one, come into here, a really deep pool, down again into here, converge into this space where we're just about to put this rock into here. We're going to do a really low profile cobble slide into here. Nice little pinch coming through there, and then working our way under our bridge, hitting the piece of stone, coming through back into the pond here. So we'll send this in, let's get going. There we have it, we're all finished with this absolutely sublime project. Really chuffed with how this has come together. Clients are absolutely loving it. We've got this stream system winding its way down this hillside into our pond, all the way down through here, underneath here and into our negative edge basin. Let's take you on a little tour of what we've created. So we're down here in the bottom with our negative edge basin. This means essentially we have a giant cistern basin down here below me that's capturing and holding about 6,500–7,000 litres of water, which then fills and purges the system up above me. Having such a large body of water out of sunlight really helps to help limit algae, and obviously increases the volume of water we have for the whole system, therefore making it a little bit more thermally stable, ultimately making a really nice ecosystem for us to craft and play with. We've mimicked or tried to mimic nature with these low profile streams and waterfall sections, riffly pool sections, and then down into area here, all ending in this little sponge that's just down here, so the client can come in on these nice large rocks and just scrape off any debris to try to chuck it out, ultimately removing debris before it causes any problems. Our system works its way and meanders its way all up this little shallow sloping hillside. Not a huge gradient to work with, certainly in this lower section, so we've managed to get really creative with these large bedrock like slabs where the water's just washing up onto the side, eroding its way through, rippling its way up under that clapper bridge. It's really exciting to be able to then add in bog pockets in different areas with really nice species that are going to spread and fill this space, flowering throughout the year and providing loads of texture and interest. A skimming system is a vital part of any aquascape ecosystem pond, and within this system we're doing something, or have done something, called a negative edge. This means that there's no true skimming system, we're just using the flow of the pump with the bottom basin encapsulating our water to provide our skimming system. So this section just here is really, really important. It's specifically designed, grade out here, bridge there, the depth of this, the patio, all of that comes into consideration just for this one area. Why it's so important is because all leaves and debris and detritus will slowly work their way over to here, across this downstream system into the basin below, where it will be captured and removed before it then decomposes and cause any issues. We've managed to get really quite creative with this one, with having this shallow section that comes across. We've actually then used these sort of 3 rocks into here, this one here, this one here and this one here, framing out this really cool waterfall where we've got 2 spills, one ripping up over the side there, coming around, this one turning this side, so it's really creating a nice zigzag motion where it's plummeting into that rock there before it then crashes down the stream below. Really quite nice. Managed to get this log that we've acquired, really nice low profile log to just add another little bit of interest. Really good for animals to sort of hide underneath. Once this Carex is filling this space, it really is going to blend it into the rest of the channel. So yeah, looking upstream, we'll head over to the patio. We've got this natural flagstone patio, 3 by 2 meters or so, with these really fun textured edges. Just adds a really subtle and soft approach to the pond. By the time you've got a couple of chairs here, the clients will be able to then sit right up on the edge, dangling their feet in if they want to on a summer's day, and just enjoying the dragonflies and the newts as they enjoy their water garden. This area where the land meets the water is called the riparian zone. This is one of the most productive parts of our planet Earth. Reason being is obviously the water within this space is supping up into the additional landscape. Well, that doesn't necessarily happen with our types of systems because we're having an impermeable liner that's stopping the water from transpiring, but we still can replicate those natural environments. So we have different species of plants that, as you can see, water levels here, so this is just getting wet feet. This will eventually fill this entire pocket of this lovely juncus, and again working with different species throughout the areas to add different forms and textures, colours, as well as flowers that will come through the season. So over here we've got this Pondateria cordata, that's going to flower later part of the season, sort of August, September time, giving some vital food for those needed pollinators before they go to bed. And then you jump onto the front, this one here at the front here is an iris, and that will be flowering with some really lovely flamboyant blooms early in the season. Working our way over to here, we now do have this lovely island stone which we've set into the bottom, so that comes all the way up from the bottom all the way to the top. Ideal conditions for birds and things to come down and bathe, really, and it really helps accentuate this space to make a lot of shape into this area. We've got really creative with this section here, and we've just sort of sloped in a few larger pieces, look like they've got cracked off edges and that sort of thing. Just again playing with different things we see in nature, and again adding interest throughout, always trying to be a little bit different with the way we do things. When it becomes too linear and too flat, it just doesn't look as if it was in nature, and we're always trying to replicate those natural processes and mimic nature the best we can. It's always good to have some form of beach entry or access, not just for the animals and things, but it really is a soft area where you can really put some dense planting. So right in the middle here we have Excavation. That over time will spread, giving a really cool backdrop for the rest of the pond from the big viewing windows there, from the patio here as well. Dragonflies absolutely love to emerge from this, so we, in a year's time when they're here we can really expect to see them. Loads of little ground covery creepy plants throughout as well, again ultimately making that really dense riparian ecosystem. Up here, if we jump to the sort of the upper lower section of the stream, we've got this really lovely channeling section through here that's bouncing off this piece of wood. One side we've got another riparian pocket with loads of different primulas and so on, so we can add some nice colour all year round. And then this lovely riffle section, which you would see in nature, gurgling its way into the pond, going down to the basin there. Underneath this really cool clapper bridge, up into the sort of the bottom sections of our cascade behind me. So these bridges are pretty cool, just letting a little skimmering of watering through, so any leaves and debris that do land on it do have a nice easy passage down to our negative edge basin, but it really makes a fun traversable aspect to these systems. And I can imagine loads of frogs and newts and things living under here too. Tumbling between my legs, we have this really cool pinch where we've used this massive piece on my left hand side that does frame out a little fun bit that side, and I just brought this other boulder in, smashing them together. It just gives this really thick, gnarly, bubbling cascade that comes down here. And in the foreground we've of course mixed in loads of aquatic planting to really help and spread and naturalise the system. And then again we've come in with this other piece and this other piece, and we slam them together, and it's just gnarling, you know, really thick, only 2 inches thick of water coming through here, really making a fun naturalistic stream and waterfall. As we work further up our cascade on this top section, we've blended it into this pre-existing Devon bank and then accentuated it with our wing walls to really make the feature feel settled in. And we've got quite creative with this one. We've split it in this area with this really fun turn, really simple sheet style falls coming into this nice little pool section before it then pinches together and goes down our stream. And as you can see on my right hand side here, we've got this really unique feature where we've added a few different spill stones in with this little notch on this frame rock, just to get this sort of pouring over itself, all meeting together, gnarling up, bubbling down in this deeper pool section before it then works their way downstream. This is our upwelling biological filter. This is a really important aspect to our ecosystem pond. The water's pumped in at really high velocity into the bottom here, where it then slows down. In that process it goes through a layer of filter sponges and other types of media that purify and clean the water, providing a massive home for different beneficial bacteria that colonise them, which then actually break down all the impurities and the sediments and silts that actually will naturally occur in this system. We've managed to disguise it reasonably well, although it can be quite hard to do. Luckily it's got an inbuilt rock tray, and so it just gives this sort of almost spring-fed look. And then we've carried this really fun cascading waterfall right in front of me here, which then can take on its journey down the best part of 16 metre stream. Well, there you have it. We're all finished with this really gnarly twisting and turning waterfalls, working its way down into our pond section, stream system, really looking absolutely sublime. Clients are blown away, we love it. I hope you've enjoyed coming on this tour with us. If you'd like any aspects of us, let us know in the comments. Of course, subscribe. We try and put out videos when we can, or we're always crafting. And if you like it, give us a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Dan's artistic flair and attention to detail has created a wonderful pond, and it's also transformed a rather uninteresting flat border into a beautiful bank with cascading falls. Friends comment on how natural it all looks, and within a matter of days we had damselflies and birds bathing in the stream, just what we'd hoped for. We would highly recommend DU Waterscapes to anyone who's considering a water feature in their garden. Thank you so much to Dan, Chris, Emily and Splodge for all of your hard work and providing a stunning water feature for us to enjoy in the years to come.